name is Paulo and this is an introduction to the series of cycling videos I recorded during my Via Francigena pilgrimage from Canterbury to Rome between the 30th of July and the 27th of August 2016. In this video I want to prepare the soil, so to speak, for the videos that will come. Some time ago, after watching some of my old bike vlogs, my now 8 years old son asked me if I was a YouTuber. I told him, of course, that I was not. I think he was a bit disappointed. My goal is to promote cycling and the bicycle as a viable alternative for transportation or for a healthier lifestyle. My videos are not for everyone's taste. I understand and accept that. Many of the cycling videos I see in YouTube these days are clips the cyclists recorded of the beautiful landscapes they pass through, or about some specific memorable moments in their journey. While this is always interesting and valuable to watch, they don't generally give other cyclists an overall idea of the entire journey. My intention is to fill that gap in an attempt to show other cyclists that plan to ride a similar route what they are most likely to encounter along the way, and perhaps try to avoid the same mistakes I did. The Via Francigena was only the second pilgrimage in my life, after having done the Camino de Santiago in 2015. So I'm by no means an expert in them, or in cycle touring in general, but I've learned a few things. When you start traveling on your bike, and especially going on pilgrimages, you learn that no Camino is the same. Even when you're following an exact map, there are always decisions to be made along the way, and a variety of random things that may force you to change your plans, like road closures, weather conditions, sickness, mechanical failures, little accidents, and so on. Every day will present you with new challenges, even if you've done it many times before. But when I did the Camino de Santiago in 2015, I've met pilgrims who had done it several times and confirmed to me that every time they did it, it was different, even when they were walking or riding the exact same route. That's perhaps one of the things that make this type of adventure so appealing to many. If you've seen any of my previous videos, you'll know that most of them are time-lapse recordings of my bike journeys, which I personally think it's ideal for what I want to show, as I can compress hours of experience in just a few minutes. Who these days has the time to stand in front of a screen watching hours of boring road footage? I certainly don't. But as every coin has two sides, there are also trade-offs to be made. Yes, you can compress hours and minutes, but the footage usually becomes very shaky. This could be partially addressed with a device called a gimbal, a device that automatically stabilizes the position of the camera and removes most of the shaking from the recording. But that device costs a certain amount of money that I consider too high for this hobby right now, and it becomes also yet another thing to carry and to charge at the end of the day. I also decided not to use digital image stabilization during the video editing process, as I believe it takes some of the quality of the image away. To me at least, the degradation in quality is quite visible when I freeze a frame that has been software stabilized. So if you don't like watching shaky videos, then most of my videos are likely not for you. In my defense, however, I do try to enrich the videos with maps, pictures, normal speed video recordings of events that happen during the journey. In other words, non-time-lapse recordings. And if you want to see those, you'll have to look for them along the video timeline or simply watch the entire thing. There are also other things you can do on your end to improve the image quality, but then they will also come at a price. Of course, if you're paying attention, see something interesting and want greater detail, you can always pause or freeze the video. If your bandwidth allows you to watch the video at 4K resolution, the image quality of the GoPro provides a great detailed picture, but YouTube takes some of that quality away when encoding for the web. Another thing you can do is to slow down the video. Let me demonstrate how that goes. So to show you how this works, I'll be using a portion of the video I recorded between Amet and Bruay-la-Bussière on my second day of cycling. It shows a nice flat road with fields on each side, And as you'll see, even though the road surface is quite smooth, there's quite a lot of shaking going on. So when I reduce the speed of the video to say 25% of the original, you'll see an easier to follow transition between one frame of the video and the next. But that would also mean it would take 4 times longer to watch the entire video at that speed. Let me first show you the footage at normal speed and then go back and show it again at a slower speed. So let's pause here and bring it back to the position we started, which is 1:16, I believe. And to change the speed settings of YouTube videos, you have to come here on settings, on this icon here. Click on it, and one of the options is speed, and right now you can see is selected normal, or normal is the selection. So I click in here, and YouTube will then allow me to reduce the speed of the video to 0.25 or 25% of the original speed of the video, or increase it to double the speed of the original speed of the video. So let's try 0.25 or 25%, and let's play that again. So as you can see, it still shakes because the GoPro was configured to take one picture or frame every half a second. So you don't see the smoother transition, but at least it's easier to follow the transition between one picture and the next. And as you can see, it takes a lot longer because at this point we were already at the same place we stopped before. So let me pause here, and that's it. That's how you change the speed of a YouTube video. And if you want to continue watching at normal speed, you click here again, select normal, and continue as usual. As time-lapse videos don't capture audio, I always try to find a suitable soundtrack to the cycling footage to make it more appealing. But as you all know, music is something very personal. Every person has a different taste. It is also not easy to find good music that can be used for free without any copyright infringements in YouTube. So if you don't like the music I chose, perhaps just mute the sound and try one of your own. Let me know if you think you found the perfect soundtrack for the footage you are seeing. As for the videos themselves, when I created the videos for the Camino de Santiago, some of them became very long and boring to watch, as they were the recordings of an entire day of cycling. For the Via Francigena videos, I decided to choose a different strategy. I used the Via Francigena Lightfoot guide to help me along the way. The link to the guide is available in the blog post. The guide is divided into a series of stages, which are supposed to represent the stages done by Bishop Sigeric the Serious during his return trip on foot from Rome to Canterbury more than 1,000 years ago. The stages vary in distance, but they are not usually more than 25 kilometers in length, which is what average pilgrims would walk during a day, carrying their heavy bags with them. There are many moments during the pilgrimage in which I decided not to follow these stages, especially at the beginning, and I have clearly marked them in the videos, also showing what the correct routes would have been. But the decision to divide the videos, following the Lightfoot guide stages, allowed for shorter videos of around 5 to 7 minutes each, sometimes less. You may have also noticed my face appears at the start of each video. I promise this was not an intentional attempt at fame. The assumption I am making is that, as I intend to space the publication of the posts and videos with at least a week between them, many people may not start watching the series from the beginning. So I thought a short introduction in each one was necessary, and would perhaps help to create a bond between us. The initial idea was to create a single introduction clip of, let's say, 20 seconds, and use it in every video in the series. This way you could skip the initial 20 seconds in each video. But as I was creating them, I found that there were different things I wanted to say about them at the start. For me, it would have been a lot easier to record one single introduction and use it in all videos, but I think that would have the potential to cause some confusion at times. Anyway, between 20 to 30 seconds at the start of each video, you'll have a little introduction that you're welcome to skip if you want. So there you have it. In the next post, you'll start seeing these videos in full and glorious 4K resolution. And if you manage to watch them all, I would be really happy if you could let me know. At this time, the videos are still a work in progress, so if I can find ways to make them better, or if you have suggestions how to improve them, please drop me a comment or send me a message. For now, thanks for watching.